Happy New Year. This is the year of a great completion, a new development in a cycle in your life. Last year was the year of transformation, represented by the number 8. 2024 was a completion. As above, so below. As one thought, so did they live out in their lives. As within, so without. As your internal world was reworking and rewiring itself, so that you play it out in your life. You may not have seen a lot of the physical manifestation of those transformations, but however, in this year of 2025, the number of 9, you will see that pour out into your life. The number 9 is the number of a completion. It is the great work. It represents fermentation in alchemy. As we have had several stages that have played out over the course of many years that has led us to this point that we are at right now. In prayer, in meditation, I received this message about number 9. This year is the year of great restoration and blessings upon many of the chosen ones, upon many of those that are part of the collective. Here we have something that is solidifying, a great promise that is coming to fruition, and it is the great work. And in my notes, I have holy fire rain. So that holy fire represents this transformation that has been stirring up in our spirit that is going to pour out into our lives, that is noticeable unto the world, undeniable. With this holy fire that is raining and that is pouring down on the collective, on the world, that is burning down old establishments and structures, as we are in the age of Aquarius, this is the highlight, the pivotal point that is playing out in the collective. The collective are those ones that are here, sent here to help awaken the world. And it is our time to shine. It's our, I hear, prime. Okay, so these collective unions, if you are part of like a soul tribe that consists of twin flames, divine partners, that this is the year of a lot of divine unions, as that represented by sexual energy, which is creative energy, which is part of our soul's calling. As we have been living in our soul's calling, that this is going to help bring a lot of those divine unions into play, into unification. And what happens then, the work only just begins, because we have so much other work that we have to do to help transform this world. This is also the year, the Chinese New Year. In the Chinese zodiac, this is the year of the snake, the wood snake. So snakes, I have a video on this channel, on my channel, FD1111 Ministries, and I go into the deep symbolism of snakes. But overall, this is what I have been seeing as the Ouroboros, that great transformation. As we offered up aspects of ourselves, we sacrificed those aspects of ourselves, that we were rebirthed, we were giving something in that place. So that is what has happened over this course of time. And it seems like it's been a gradual process over the last several years that we had to offer up parts of our old identity in order to bring in these new spiritual gifts, if you will. So those spiritual gifts have been heightened. They have been, I hear, enlightened. And what happens is that they're going through another phase of transformation. And with this holy fire raining down, it's like it's a continuing of the purification of those spiritual gifts. So a lot of, for example, with the divine feminine, part of that collective, and it's not gender based, that divine feminine has already been on that journey consciously of working on the divine feminine self. So what is happening, that they're getting up levels, upgrades, but by the divine feminine, once again, not gender based, that helps the divine masculine to awaken and step into their power. So what happens is that the divine feminine helps the divine masculine catch up. But as they come closer into unification, and through this sexual energy, the holy fire raining, I just keep feeling like this fire energy, that they're helping others to enlighten, helping others to come into union within themselves, but as well, if they are part of the divine collective, they are helping them come into union. But it's like an amplification that happens when they come together, and that helps to strengthen the bond between those two. But it's almost like sending out a beacon of strength, of knowledge. And my phone was not beeping until I got started recording. Okay. And it is sending out, like I see pulsations of energy that is being sent across the globe. As one awakens, others awaken, but it's like a chain reaction, if you will. Okay. Let me continue on with my notes. Okay. One other note that I have here: for those sacrifices that you offered up, that you will receive, some will be twofold, others will be tenfold, others will be 100-fold for the things that you have sacrificed. And there will be tangible evidence of these sacrifices, tangible evidence of these retributions that are divvied out to these specific parts or specific individuals, partners in the collective. One thing I see and I hear about healers, and these healers, that their energy may have been drained over time, such as empaths, such as those that feel drained because they are natural healers, and whether they are consciously healing or they just heal just from their presence, that they are being given a double portion of healing power. They're giving a double portion of an amplification in their energy and in their auric field that will be felt. It goes back to a vision that I had from years ago, for those that have been following me for years, about these couples. They have this, I guess, power that has been bestowed upon them, this special anointing, that their energy is felt so massively that as they travel, like for example, this could be a couple that may travel to preach or teach or heal, and their energy and their presence as they travel, as they get closer to their location or destination, that people are already healed. Like they come there and they were like, well, it was a miraculous event. Such and such was healed, and you don't even have to lay hands on them. You don't even have to mix up this special concoction. So for those that will come on board even more for specific divine couples, even for those that are just on a single journey, they are giving that double portion, that triple, tenfold portion of anointing. Okay, so the New Year's, this is going to definitely amplify even more during the spring equinox, which is technically the real New Year's. So as we go through that portal, that you are already going to receive a portion now, but that portal will be activated even more, and you will receive even more of a tangible portion. So some may have that spiritual portion that's poured out on them in the spiritual realms, but then may manifest during the spring equinox up into the summer solstice around that time frame. And then others, they are receiving both a portion that is tangible now, and that will be tangible, like physical evidence that is shown out or poured out in their lives, so they can pinpoint where they have had some type of elevation or some type of amplification. And energy will be amplified. Okay, so I have another note here about with the Trinity. Okay, so we have two Trinities, like 3 times 3 times 3 is 9. Okay, so you having a double fold of this of the spirit poured out onto you and amplified. But this also could represent like one partner and another partner, or either a soul family member, another soul family member that comes together. And as these 2 3s, think about a trinity, a triangle, up as above, so below, that makes a Merkabah, that makes the Star of David. And what happens with that is that represents ascension, so ascending to another level. And with 2025, that also equals 9, and that in the Bible, 9 represents bearing fruit, represents maturity and finality. So you are definitely being given something that is definite, solidified in the physical realms for your contributions and for your sacrifices that you have been dedicating to the collective, to this path in life that has not been easy. I also have a video about what the Merkabah represents here on FD 1111 Ministries. I'm going to pull one card that represents this energy for the entire year. That one popped right out. Okay, we have here, this is the 4 of Cups, my bad, the 4 of Cups. Okay, so the 4 of Cups, in this card, what I feel, I'm not going to go off of the the symbolic traditional meaning. I'm going to go off of what I feel. I feel like it's someone that has, for one group of people, they have allowed themselves to be full of themselves, full of the worldly temptations, and they are now going to have to sacrifice some form of their worldly possessions in order to receive this anointing. But the thing is as you sacrifice, like I mentioned before, that you will receive something even greater. For some, it's going to be an amplification in those spiritual gifts. And those spiritual gifts will always lead to fulfillment, like literal fulfillment. And for others, it's like you have been sacrificing. And so I'm looking at this worm here in this card. And this worm, for me, it represents like snake-like energy, because, you know, worms they move and they're shaped like snakes almost. So it represents like a small beginning of something that is very big. And as you allow this transformation, it represents transformation here, to unfold, that you will see some physical evidence of those blessings that have been, promised to you. Okay. And for it feels like it could be the spirit of gluttony, or the spirit of, like the first energy I mentioned before, about people that are just so overly focused on the material realms. I definitely feel like what is happening in the world altogether, I didn't know these were going to come out, what's happening in the world is that people are it's going to be like a wave or a change that happens, that people, instead of focusing on so much consumerism and allowing themselves to be brainwashed, being under the mass spell, the many mass spells that are placed upon humanity. But the spell of consumerism is being broken for a lot of people. They may find shelter in havens amongst people that were non-traditional for them. And then we have here the Seven of Cups. And so, yeah, I feel like there's a great completion, but it comes through a different lens. And so that lens that will happen through this ascension process over the next several years. So some are definitely being bestowed with a great amount of responsibility, because they have such great gifts and such plentiful energy, for the lack of a better word. It's hard to sort of kind of put it into words, but it's definitely a fulfillment that is happening. It's because they have been obedient. Okay. All right. So yeah, I will leave that there. Once again, you guys, we have the Chariot card. So Ascension, this is actually the Merkabah. So like in that video, if you go check it out, I will have those videos that I mentioned listed down in the description box. Okay, so what is happening is that so many people are the lenses are going to fall off their eyes. Like if you know about the story of Saul on the road to Damascus, the mask, us. A lot of people under a mass spell, a lot of people, the masses with masks on, that the spell will be broken. The scales will fall off of their eyes, and they will see. Okay, so remember it was 3 days that he had the scales on his eyes. So 3 and 3, 9, okay, and the Merkabah, all right. And so they will have an ascended view of their life and their lifestyle and how they have been tricked. All right, so a lot of change is happening. I'm telling you, like rapid change. All right, I think I'm gonna leave it there. Yeah, I'm gonna leave it there, because you know how I can get down with it. So anyway, you guys, this is Minister Ashley. Make sure you check out my books and my decks, and I will talk to you guys later. Many blessings. Also, check out my other channel, the School of Biblical Divination and Magic. I post there weekly as well. All right, peace.